third graders, it's Ashley again, and today we are going to be talking to you about the monarch's migration down to Mexico. So we have our monarchs that are here right now in the summer and towards the end of the summer. And what's really cool about the monarchs that you guys are raising in your class is that they are part of a super generation. So normally monarchs live about 6 weeks, but the super generation of monarchs lives about 4 months. And they are the super special monarchs that make the journey all the way from their summer breeding grounds up here all the way down to Mexico. And the reason that they make this giant migration is because up here it's too cold in the winter, right? We can't have monarchs flying around when there's snow on the ground. But down in Mexico, they actually go and they stay in these fir trees. And it's still kind of cold, so they do hibernate. But the thing about the fir trees is that they provide the perfect humidity to allow those butterflies to rest up all winter long. And then after about 4 months in Mexico, while they hibernate, they reawaken and they make their journey back north. And so it takes about 5 generations of monarchs to make the journey back north. So it's not the same butterfly that goes down to Mexico that we then see the next summer up in the north, but it's their great-great-grandchild. But before we release them on this magnificent journey, we need to tag them. So to talk a little bit more about tagging the butterflies, I'm going to pass things over to Bree.
So like Miss Ashley said, before we send our butterflies on their way to make their journey down to Mexico, we need to tag them. But the first thing you need to know before you tag them is the gender of your butterfly. And most of the time, males and females are about the same size with similar markings. However, there's one distinct feature that helps you identify whether it is a male or a female. So this top one is a female and this bottom one is a male. So female means girl and male means boy. The reason we know that this is a male is because of these really small dots on the back wings of the male butterfly. As you can see up here, the female does not have that marking. So when we fill out our paperwork, we always look to see the gender, and if they have the 2 dots on the hind wings, we know it is a male. So now that we've learned how to gender your monarch butterfly, we're actually going to teach you how we gently tag them. So the first step is I'm going to open the cage, I'm going to gently pinch their wings together, and then Hannah is going to gently place the tag on the butterfly. So this is a female butterfly we are going to tag. It has no dots on the hind wings. And now what Hannah's going to do is she's going to gently place the tag right here on the hind wing of the monarch butterfly. Alright, so now what we do is we gently place it on our hand and we release the butterfly so she can start her migration to Mexico. We're going to tag another butterfly just so you guys can see how it's done and you're prepared and ready for when you get to tag your butterfly. So like I said, I gently pinch the wings together. And then Hannah is going to place the tag on. This is a boy. You can kind of see that black dot through the wings, so you don't always have to have open wings if you know what you're looking for. And what Hannah's going to do is...
I'm going to take off the tag in order. I look at this special number because that's how we'll track the monarchs, and we'll look at the sheet that we track that on in just a moment. So when you have peeled the tag off of paper, it's just like a sticker. So see how I didn't put it all the way on my finger? I don't want to tag myself, so I don't want it to stick to me. What I'm going to do is gently place part of it on the monarch, and then with my other finger I will gently touch to make sure all the sides are on, word, friends, is gentle, because our monarchs have fragile wings, and their wings are so important to get them all the way to Mexico. So that's why we use only one finger, maybe another to stick it on, but when you make sure it's on all the way, you just use one gentle finger.
And then you gently release the wings and let it go.
You will have the same exact data sheet in your classroom, and this data sheet is used so that the monarchs can be tracked. So here we've got this is our tag number. So this was the first tag that Miss Bree and I put on a female butterfly. So we already wrote the tag number. Now we're going to add an F for female. This monarch was raised at the Nature Center, and we are going to put an R for reared, or raised in the captivity, which is different than being born in the wild. So next we are going to add today's date, which is 8/31/2020. For your classrooms, that is also not a butterfly's natural habitat, so you will also put R for reared in your classrooms. We're going to indicate which city, state, and zip our monarchs are being released in. So that's what goes on your form, and this can be used to help track butterflies as they make their journey. Third graders, we hope that you've enjoyed rearing monarchs or raising them in your classroom and learning about their life cycle, their survival, their migration, what they need to live, and the journey that lies up ahead for them. Have fun tagging your monarchs. Remember to be gentle, and after you tag, be sure to talk about it as a class. What else can we do to make a difference for the monarch population? Think back to the graph from our very first activity, where we saw the population decline very sharply over a number of years. What can we do to make those numbers go back up? Is there a difference that you can make in your community?